When human beings interact with each other, conflicts are nothing unusual. Therefore, it is only natural to have conflicts in the workplace and quite often between two team members. What are some of the ways to handle these conflicts in the workplace? My first recommendation would be that you let the team members handle or resolve it between themselves before you get involved. Only if they are unable to resolve it themselves should you plan to get involved. Once your involvement becomes inevitable, try the following steps. First of all, make a point to listen to both the parties carefully and individually. Avoid interrupting, but do ask questions when required to clarify your understanding. Do not jump to conclusions or make a judgment after listening to just one party. This is easier said than done, especially if you built a better relationship with one team member over another. I've made the mistake myself of coming to a conclusion after listening to just one side of the story. I realized my judgment error after further investigation and had to change the way I had planned to deal with the conflict. Though it may be difficult, try to keep an open mind and reserve judgment. Your own past experiences, personality clashes with the particular team members, previous interactions with them, and prejudices, it can all affect your decision and your judgment. This is where self-awareness becomes your rescuer. Self-awareness can help you deal with and overcome these so that you can be fair and just leader. Understand the true nature of conflict. Is it a personality clash or is it related to a task or a process? Narrowing this down makes it easier for you to identify the approach to resolve the conflict. Ask each party separately for their ideas or suggestions on best way to resolve the issue. There are two possible benefits to this. One, the concerned parties are most likely to give you the most practical and relevant solution to the conflict. And two, this may actually give you a better or different perspective to the reason for the conflict. Now, use the information you have just gathered to coach the individuals to resolve the conflict between themselves. This becomes more effective if you have a good understanding of the type of people your team members are. You can then personalize your approach depending on what you know about them. Remember the personalized leadership approach topic we covered earlier? That approach will come in handy here. In spite of all the above, if resolution doesn't happen, you are left with no choice but to call a meeting and speak to them together. Have a conversation with them and encourage them to be empathetic with each other and listen to each other. Ask them to articulate what the issues are and how it is affecting them. Summarize the discontent and ask them if they agree with your assessment. Pick apart the issues so that you can all agree which bit takes priority and then work out a plan to address that part. Maintain your professionalism at all times and take care to ensure that you do not schedule such a meeting when you may already be under stress. When stressed, emotions run high and it is difficult to maintain rational behavior and hold on to your temper. If there is unacceptable behavior from either party, please call it out and put an end to it. However, if such behavior needs to be addressed further, it is best done one-to-one. Follow through on the agreed plan and have regular meetings to assess the progress. You should acknowledge the progress no matter how small. Your perseverance and hard work will pay off when the scheduled discussions eventually turn into ongoing, friendly communication. What are some steps you will take to resolve conflicts in your team? After listening to today's session, do you feel you could have dealt differently with a conflict? Write that in your learning diary.